Joining us right now is Julia Manchester, a reporter at The Hill. Julia, so before we get to that, can I just bring up the fact that his decision this morning, President Biden's decision to tap into the oil reserves, has been a big headline. I had to bring this up before we get to Powell. A lot of relief, hopefully, at the pump for all of us. But will this equate to better approval ratings for him and better unity within the party?
Well, that's absolutely what Democrats and really I think all Americans are hoping for right now, that this could definitely ease some of that pain Americans are feeling at the pump as they head into the holiday season. Look, Adrienne, we are headed right into the Thanksgiving and Christmas season. You are going to see more Americans traveling. We know that air fare travel is already up. Americans are driving. In addition to that, you're also seeing Americans spending more because we are getting so close to Christmas. So this is all related to that supply chain crisis. And I think the Biden administration, by tapping into these strategic oil reserves, believe they can alleviate some of that pain. And of course, I think Biden is hoping that this will have some political implications as well, and that it will help rise those approval ratings, which have been dangerously low for a while because of the economy.
Yeah, the economy, inflation, the supply chain issues. This has been the trifecta of drama that this administration has had to deal with. And of course, he was facing that pressure to pick that new head of the Federal Reserve, and criticism within his own party, never a good look. But we were talking with your colleague, Niall Stanage, about this, about how he decided to stick with what he has had because of consistency's sake. But how will he battle with members within his own party over this and actually still spark some unity?
Well, you bring up a good point about the consistency here. Look, we are facing, record high inflation. We're facing a supply chain crisis. This is coming just less than a year out from a midterm election. I think Biden is looking to stabilize the economy, and through keeping the same Federal Reserve chairman, he's hoping to do that. Now, I think the nomination of Lyle Brainard as the vice chair of the Fed is meant to be a bit of an olive branch to those progressives, like Senator Elizabeth Warren, for example. But I think at the same time, it's a tricky situation for Biden. Look, he's trying to pass this Build Back Better plan through the Senate. That's going to face a lot of changes, despite the fact that it was a major victory for progressives in the House. So, it's going to be difficult for him to keep the unity with the Fed chair and Fed vice chair, in addition to passing this mammoth spending package that's meant to essentially ease concerns among progressives and moderates. It's a tough road ahead for the president.
He has enough pressure in this term, but obviously everybody's already talking about 2024. And House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the president will indeed seek re-election. Will he be challenged by the nomination? If so, by whom?
I think that's a good question. There are a lot of questions that have surrounded President Biden's age. Look, he is, approaching 80. I believe he just turned 80, or he's close to it. So, there is a question about his age, whether he is fit to be president when you're that old, the oldest president ever elected. At the same time, though, we see that the White House is adamant that he will still be serving as president, that he will still run again. Look, I think it depends really how we get through these midterms, how Biden approaches the progressive wing of the party. I think it's unlikely at this point that he faces a primary challenger. I think more people are asking, whether he would seek another term because of his age, and that it's unprecedented to see someone this old run again for election. But, all signs from the White House point to the fact that he will run again.
79 years old. Just had a birthday and a colonoscopy. Yeah. You got to handle that business. We got to stay healthy. Thank you so much, Julia.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.